So today's deck, we're going to be trying out a brand new mechanic, a deck that you guys have requested from me for quite some time now. We're talking about ABZAN and we're talking about Venture into the Dungeon. I'm super stoked about this one. Cue the intro. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're talking about venturing into the dungeon. Now, this isn't exactly a venture into the dungeon tribal list. We've tried that already. We've tried so many different variants to put it together, and unfortunately it just doesn't seem strong enough to compete in the Mythic. But today we are going to be splashing in just a bit of that venture element, and I think we got something pretty sweet here. Before we dive into this deck and break it down, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I just ask if you take one moment to do so. It's a free way to help support the channel. We are on the road to 3,000. We are so close, and hopefully by the time this video goes up we will hit that, and we'll start the road to 5,000 by the end of the year, guys. So be sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's dive on in and talk about this a little bit. So I will say that I've been working on an ABZAN list for Venture for quite some time, a couple of weeks now, and I saw a video CGB dropped actually of a Golgari list where he kind of paired up Ellywick with Lolth, and I think that is the way to go. Obviously, he's a much better player than I am, so I figured, why not turn my ABZAN list from pure Venture into more of a control shell with some elements of venturing, and it turns out works a lot better. So we've got ourselves a full play set of eye twitches early on. We've got the full well, it's kind of the full package traditionally. We don't run the 1/1 that creates the treasures. We run the eye twitch and we back it up with an acquisitions expert to follow it up, just to kind of disrupt our opponent's hand. I think I like that a little bit better than, you know, generating extra treasures. And then we've also got the Skullport Merchant. This is another way to not only generate treasures but draw cards. You know, the later the game goes, the more mana you have open. This is going to allow us to sack creatures, draw some cards, get some value out of it. And of course, we've got the Deadly Dispute. We've seen this package in so many different forms and so many different ways with the Deadly Dispute, and it just, you know, unfortunately it's the meta, guys. That's what works. That's what kind of keeps your deck flowing. That's what keeps the engine going. That's what keeps you cycling through your cards to find what you need in very specific matchups, because you know you're going to be running things like Doomscar here for board wipe, but you know, sometimes this could be a dead card if you're going up against, you know, sort of control style decks, more of like an Is It Dragons list. This isn't necessarily a really great card. This is more so for like sweeping the board against mono red, mono white, mono green. You want these types of cards like Doomscar, but sometimes they can be dead cards. So that early game package of just being able to draw a bunch of cards, generate a lot of treasures over and over again, and just get value from your sideboard with eye twitch is very important to kind of keeping up in best of one and making sure you always have the right cards in hand, you know. We've also got 3 Vanishing Verse, because it's a great removal tool with some exiling effects to hit those planeswalkers. And as far as our venture package, we've got 2 dungeon maps, which acts as a mana rock, which is amazing. But on top of that, you get to venture every turn for 3 if you'd like on sorcery speed to go into your dungeon and get yourself some extra value. And of course, our card of the day, Ellywick, man, the build around. This card is, it's so much fun. Being able to venture into the dungeon every single turn and build loyalty. This card is actually surprisingly hard to get rid of, unless of course you're running into black that has, like, you know, destroy target planeswalker card. But dealing damage to this thing and trying to kill it the old-fashioned way, pretty tough to do, seeing we're going to be plussing it almost every turn, and we're going to be bothering you with a bunch of little creatures in front of this all day long. The MVP that I think in the deck is the Silver Quill Command. You're going to see, guys, this card in an ABZAN list with that early game package is so good, because Silver Quill Command can not only just keep bringing back one of these cards here, the Eye Twitch or the Expert, over and over again, but it also makes your opponent sacrifice a creature, so you're just gaining value on your opponent on the board state, and you know you're outpacing them all day with that combination. But if you're about to close out a game, you can add a 3/3 to a creature. If you're trying to just draw some cards because you know you're going a little flat, you can draw some cards. This card is phenomenal, especially in this build. We've got 2 Binding the Old Gods for some removal, some Lolths to, and this is going to be our card ending, you know, our end game card that's going to win us the game. These 2 ones, by the way, I have been able to alt Ellywick before and make these even bigger, so keep that in mind. Ellywick paired with the Lolth Queen is pretty phenomenal. And we've already talked about Doomscar. I also splashed in 1 Agadium's Awakening, and the reason I went with the more of the 1, 2, 3 drop package is because the Agadium's Awakening for 3 can bring all 3 of these back to the battlefield and really upset somebody. But the lands are as follows. Pretty standard. We've got 2 Hives to kind of close out a game too for getting a little flat on value. And then of course our sideboard, we have a lesson board here. We've got the environmental science package, we got the reduced to memory, containment breach, mascot exhibition, and to confront the past, because we don't really have another way to get back our planeswalkers like blood and snow. So you want to confront the pasts to get that job done. But that's gonna do it, guys. That's the breakdown of this list, and we're gonna get into some gameplay footage now. Enjoy. The games were a lot of fun to play, and we'll meet you back here for some final thoughts. Peace. All right, here we go. We got, man, I've been saying it the last couple videos, a lot of catching up to do. We've been playing a lot of different things, man, trying to experiment. You know me, I have a hard time play testing my decks first on to play queue. I don't know what it is about it. I just would rather play them on the old-fashioned rank system and just totally destroy my rank. But you know what? It's okay. We're gonna get it back today. We're gonna try to get back to 90. I don't think it's possible in the next couple of games, but you know what? We're gonna try our best to get as close as we can today, and we're gonna do it with ABZAN. We're gonna do it with ABZAN, and we're gonna be doing some fun stuff, man. We're gonna be going into the dungeon up against an angel list. I really hope we can top deck a Doomscar at some point here. Okay, that's interesting because I can draw a card and make them sack an angel here, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. Or I can go with the Lulth Queen here. Either or seems alright. Deadly Dispute too, of course. I've got options here, and options are a good thing to have, but what exactly do I want to do? I think the Spider Queen is the play here. I think the earlier we can get out these 2/2, you know, these 2/1 reach creatures, you got to take advantage of it. Especially when paired with the merchant to draw some cards and to trigger, you know, giving Lulth loyalty. Seems pretty good. But they answer that pretty quickly. But hey, you know what? It takes a turn off of them gaining life with that Valkyrie. They could have had another Valkyrie maybe to pair with it. So it's good to just kind of... Okay, they attack with the Valkyrie, which allows me to kill it too. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. If I can get rid of the Valkyrie, it's, you know, it's a good day. It's a good day for us. All right, I think we're gonna do what I you know, said last time. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this, giving us a chance to draw a card and making them sacrifice that last angel they have there. Do it like that. All right, we get an eye twitch off the top too. That's actually really good because now we have a really solid target for the dispute next turn. We got to be aware of the warlock class over here because you know, this thing can get us dead pretty quickly. Can't seem to find any green mana. That's unfortunate. First things first, we're gonna get in for an attack here. We'll Deadly Dispute this right away. I know we could do it on instant speed, but I kind of need to get the green mana flowing at some point. So grabbing an environmental scientist seems good here, but I also want a containment breach at some point in this game. But we do have an Agadium's Awakening, so that could get us there for sure. All right, let's find our green source. And might as well foretell this. This is going to be really helpful. Very, very helpful, especially in this matchup. Clerics and Angels, all day you want Doomscars, man. And I am going to block. I am going to block because we're blowing up the board, so it's all good. Both of my lands here. Both of my lands here come in tap next turn. Alright, the mana's looking good now. The mana is looking good. And we can get an Ellywick down this turn too. Actually, you know, that's pretty good. And Ellywick's going to gain us 1 life because I do prefer to try to hit the Temple of the Mad Mage with this. Or the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, because that to me is the most, you know, it's the highest payoff, right? And it is the longest dungeon, but the payoff at the end is just too good not to take the opportunity to try to get. Another Vanishing Verse though. Gosh, man. Just absolutely destroying me with these Vanishing Verses. This Agadium's Awakening is about to be really good next couple of turns. Gonna be able to discard our opponent's entire hand basically next turn because we can get back, you know, the merchant, eye twitch. Oh, I thought there was another expert in there. I would guess I'm mistaken. I guess I was mistaken on that. All right. They find a pretty good card here because it's gonna give them endless value. Binding's fun. Binding is really fun. All right, so I think what we do here is Agadame's Awakening for 3. We go after their hand a little bit here, and then we kill their Warlock class. All right, we stop them from being able to deal really crazy excessive damage to us. And we get to go to our learn board again. What do we want to grab from the learn? We've got options, man. We got options, but unfortunately they exiled our planeswalkers. So grabbing the ability to bring back a planeswalker is not good here. What to do, what to do. Could grab a mascot. It's castable for sure. Yeah, it's probably the best choice. It's probably the best choice, and we get land off the top. Ouch. That actually hurts, man. All right. Start drawing some cards, right? I mean, that's the best we can do. Let's block sack with the Inkling here. We've got the merchant, so drawing cards, man. It's the way to go here, I think. The merchant's gonna really save our hides here. All right, well, they play that, what I consider backwards. I would have played the Valkyrie first because they would have got a lot, you know, they would have got 2 life as opposed to the 1. But I guess the cleric does get the counter, so maybe not. All right, and I don't want to eat my treasure to kill any of these creatures, or do I? Yeah, actually we can kill this. This is fine. We get an Ellywick, which is nice, but looking for like a Doomscar, really, if I'm being completely honest. All right, let's go to the dungeon. We're gonna scry here. Oops. Oh no, oh man. This game, sometimes when I'm like clicking, I go too fast. That is not the card I wanted on the top there. Ouch. All right, let's just rinse repeat with the merchant. Draw a couple of cards here. Looks like we're getting a dungeon map, which is a little unnecessary at this point in the game. All right. Gosh darn it! I was trying to just exit the emote, and I accidentally clicked OK.
All adventures have to end, I guess.
All right. Well, hopefully we get a Doomscar, because then we'd be in a really, really solid position here. All right. Let's get this Inkling through for the block. Got to get these cards. There it is. All right, perfect. Now we're fine. Now we are A-okay. And we got an acquisitions expert just to rub it in. I love it. All right, Doomscar. Acquisitions expert. And an Ellywick to top things off. Let's go, man. We are looking good. Even with the little fat finger clicking, we make a little bit of a mistake. We still managed to get, you know, come out on top here. So this is good. This is really good. All right, see what our opponent's got for us in store. Oh, and a pretty good card off the top here. Oh, but we get the answer right away. Right away, we get the answer off the top. Another Doomscar seems good, but I think spot removal is a little better at this point because we're going to be dealing with things one at a time as they come. The binding's nice because it can hit the Warlock. All right, and then we go ahead and let's venture straight into the dungeon again. We're at the late game, so how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might want to consider getting some cards here. That's what I was worried about. If we top deck the Lulth, that's literally the one thing I didn't want to see, because now we're either exiling a Lulth or a Binding, and both are really good for us here. Don't have the mana for that, unfortunately. Unfortunate. So now we can't kill the Warlock class, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, it's whatever, but it's just a little unfortunate. Now we really got to protect our life total for sure. But we're getting pretty close here to the end of our dungeon, and we are about to alt. The eye twitch is fun, but I think the other two can go. Let's draw a card. Let's play it. Let's get 3 more cards here and play one for free. Yeah, that I don't mind if I do. Didn't expect another eye twitch though. A little unfortunate. We're down to 9, but I mean, we've pretty much got this thing figured out. We can alt the Ellywick if we feel like it next turn. There it is. There's the scoop. Very, very good. Ellywick's alt would have made our creatures really, really big, and that would have been the end of it, but GG. All right, solid first game. The deck generated a lot of value, like I thought it would. A lot of early game value with those creatures and the ability to draw off the sacking abilities and stuff like that. And looks like we got a really good starting hand. Good starting hand here. Not bad. Kick it off with the eye twitch right into acquisitions expert, into merchant, and then of course Agadium's Awakening could be something we see down the line to bring back all of them. The mana here is really nice too. We got the black, green, and white. So we can find an Ellywick. Ellywick for the win. Absolutely love that card, man. I wish Adventure was just a little, or like venturing into dungeons and stuff, I wish it was just a little more viable. What I mean by that is I wish it was like you could really, I try to make a deck where you focus solely on venturing. Every single card had the synergy of venturing into the dungeon, but it's just not that good. You almost have to run this like early game eye twitch package, you know, this deadly dispute with cheap creatures. You kind of have to run that stuff in order to generate the value you need to get through your deck and, you know, win games. But all right, we got some doggos here. It says whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on the familiar. This ability triggers only once a turn. I could go with another expert here and really, maybe this could hurt them pretty bad here. Because now they're only down to 2 cards. Might be taking away quite a bit of ability for them to play here. Oh, Flame Skull. That comes back though, doesn't it? It says whenever Flame Skull dies, exile it. If you do, exile the top card of your library until your next turn. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I thought maybe it was going to come back from the graveyard, but that's not how that card works. They are running blue too, we got to remember. So they are Jeskai list. Dang, they exile that. That's actually pretty bad for us. We needed that. We needed that. A Deadly Dispute. So we can drop this for white then, because we're going to get green with this anyways. And sure, we can play the Merchant. The Merchant here is good because we can block the dog, right? We can block the familiar, and at the same time we can sack something. All right, well, gonna have to do this now because it might be the card they take here. It might be the card they take. Ooh, but there is a better card for them to take, which is fine. It's okay. We're still 1 turn away from being able to cast it, so Lulth is gonna get more expensive here.
Traitors, all of you.
All right. Taking 3. They're off to a pretty fast start here still. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not able to sack anything here to draw cards if I'm gonna play that. But you know what? That's fine. That is fine. Ah, we're out of black mana. I was confused there, like, why wasn't that working? But we're out of black mana. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. We block one of these 3/3s, and then we take 6, and we blow up the board. And we start fresh. Yeah, I was a little confused there. I'm like, wait, why is my ability not working to sack this treasure? And I totally didn't realize I was short on the black source. Alright, taking 7, down to 10. Down to 10. Alright, we blow up the board. Nice and easy. We got a dispute for this treasure. If we take it though, we got to realize, you know, eating a treasure for a treasure here. Actually, it's not terrible. We still have enough double black here to cast the Wolf. Oh, they're making me discard 2. I'm definitely gonna cast this then. Okay, much better. Much better. Ellywick for some value. Straight into the dungeon of the Mad Mage. Just honestly, it's just the best dungeon. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. And I don't think I want to play the Eye Twitch here as much as I want to, because I'm sure they're running discard here, maybe some more. I think we saved the treasure for the Lolth. They have a lot of exiling effects, by the way, so I'm sure they have like a Baleful Mastery here. Could be. Could be their last card for sure. No? Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's venture into the dungeon first, see what they do with this. Looks like nothing, huh? Alright, we definitely want to throw that to the back. Let's drop our Lolth here. They're down to 1 card. I've got to imagine they don't have an answer for both of these Planeswalkers. They aren't running any snow lands, so Blood in the Snow for Planeswalkers is not an option. Vanishing Verse. Very nice. Very nice, but at least we got our spiders out of it. Lolth did what it was supposed to do. And the spiders are creatures we want to sack with our merchant down the road, so I'm a-okay with this. Oh no, they get to exile the Ellywick. That's unfortunate. Man, the exiling effects. Oh, we Ellywick right off the top. That feels pretty good, can't lie. Sometimes a little luck goes a long way, you know? And we get to create a treasure token. Very nice. And end our turn. I don't want to eat the treasure token, and just in case we'd find another Lolth off the top here, we want to have our double black, you know, so let's hang on to it. And next turn we scry 2. Getting close to the dungeon being complete here. If there's any black mana on top, we're going to keep it. Nope. But we do get a Silver Quill command. It's a fantastic card. Let's throw the Eye Twitch out there, because it's a great blocker to the Spellbinder. The Spellbinder does not want to run into an Eye Twitch. That's like the last thing they want to do. They draw an answer for Ellywick. Unreal. Unreal. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's in the graveyard here. Let's do this. Let's put the 3/3. Actually, I'll draw a card. I'll draw a card. There's a lot of options here. This command is just really good. Either way you slice it, it's a really good play. We did draw another black source, so we can eat our treasure up now. Plus, the merchant's going to create another treasure. And it all comes down to this, really. We got 2, 4, 6 damage on deck with a land attacking, making it lethal. And I'm pretty sure that does it. They give me the good game. Good game to you, too. Very good. That went really well. Even though we were struggling to find a second black source, we were still able to get the job done. Still able to generate that value. So good game. Man, I love this deck. I don't know what it is about this deck right now, but I'm really feeling this deck a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. The Ellywick especially is just being able to venture every turn and just have so many ways to protect it. Just feels so awesome. Opponent goes first. We have a pretty solid hand, actually. 2 lands is not ideal ever, but having 2 eye twitches early can hopefully fix that problem. And anytime we can get a snarl out on turn 1 without it being tapped is really good too. Now we just gotta find the green mana. Speaking of green mana, they're Gruul. I'm sorry, they're not Gruul. What am I saying? Golgari. Gruul and Golgari kind of sounds the same. They're Golgari, and they're probably. I've seen a lot of these. Anytime I see Golgari, I see a lot of the skeletal swarmings. So I've got to imagine that's probably what they're on. All right. Let's go in here, and if that's the case, we're going to want the containment breach, right? But we do have another eye twitch, so let's just wait before we make that commitment to the containment breach. We don't want to make a mistake and go for it, and it's not the right choice. Yeah, let's go eye twitch again. That's a tough decision because you want to maximize your mana, right? You want to get things like Acquisitions Expert down on 2 because, you know, you want to curve out and you want to maximize your mana, but at the same time, eye twitch's value is too much here to, you know, pass up. Necrotic Fumes is going to be sitting out here bothering me this whole game because it can take care of our Planeswalkers by exiling this little pest. All right, so we go here, of course, but we could also just go find a green source this turn. I don't know. No, you know what? Let's go here, and we're going to get down the dungeon map. I think that's pretty good. It's a ramp spell, so it does pretty good for us here. I don't know if attacking there was the right choice, but I have a feeling the eye twitch isn't going to last a whole lot longer. We'll see. They do run Binding the Old Gods, so the dungeon map might get blown up here. But honestly, worth it. Worth it. Professor. Okay, the Gnarled Professor. What a fantastic card. All right, there's a green source for us. Lovely. And we can blow up the board if we want to. But they did just pick up an Exhibition, which can't be played though for a couple of turns. Man. I may regret this. I may regret it. Yeah, maybe I just go here, grab ourselves another green source, and then Acquisitions Expert. Make them discard. Hopefully taking something decent here. It's kind of an awkward turn. That Gnarled Professor is pretty solid. I like that card a lot, but I think we could take a bit more damage here and Doomscar the board later. I just don't like Doomscarring the board when they have something like the Exhibition in hand, because if we don't find a second Doomscar, it was all for naught, and that would be really bad. They have a lot of abilities to learn here. A lot of opportunities. Venturing into the dungeon for 3 is not the play at the moment. I wish it was, but we don't have the board state to do so. We got to kind of manage this first. I'm going to block with both because I want to get the Acquisitions Expert back with the Agadium's Awakening, which I can do next turn. Eye Twitch. What do we want to grab? I still think that this is pretty clutch. I have a feeling we're going to need it, but you know what? We do have the Agadium's Awakening, like I just said. So getting another shot at Learn is something we can do down the road. So going to just take the Exhibition for now because it's a card we know we'll need, right? Okay, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. Do this for 2. They have to discard a card. We also get an eye twitch. What am I hoping to get? Maybe a vanishing verse for this would be really nice. But for now, let's do this for 2. Alright, we get a land out of their hand. Not exactly a fantastic card, but
It's bold to bargain with me.
alright, maybe we go to the sideboard here and get the reduce to memory. Reduce from memory. And then kill the Lulf that way. Reduce to memory. We'll exile the Lulf, giving them a 3/2, and then we blow up the board. Should be good. They're highlighting their own 2/1 here, which means they probably have a dispute. Ugh. All of this just seems terrible. A lot of options here for us, but just none of them seeming very good at the moment. Alright, so if we reduce to memory here, we get not enough mana, unfortunately, to do what we want to do. But I think it's necessary. I think it's something we have to do. Let's get a Doomscar ready. Having a backup Doomscar is so good here, so I'm really happy that we have that.
Sure, you'll miss me.
And then we can... Then we can dispute our own experts here and block, you know, the 3/2. So we're taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down to 5. Okay, down to 6 actually. Dispute my own acquisitions expert. Oh man, if we win this, I'm gonna be so happy. It's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tough. It might not be as tough as I think though. We've got the board sweep, man. As long as they don't have like another Lulf and we find an answer for the Lulf just in case they do get it. I'm pretty happy with where we're sitting at. Pretty happy with this. Let's set up for the Doomscar again, because we know they're going to want to reset this board, obviously. Let's go ahead and throw the eye twitch out there, because it's good even if we do blow up the board. Alright. Anything hasty, though, is not great. Obviously, green is the only thing I can think of that runs any hasty things, like Vorinclex. That could be pretty bad. We don't have the mana open for Vanishing Verse. Maybe I should have thought of that, but nope. They just go ahead and do what I thought they were going to do. They'll probably let this through because they don't want to block it with the Inkling, right? More than likely. Yep. Okay. Now we blow up the board. Okay. And... man, why do I feel like this is going to be a necessary component? If it's not, it's fine. I think it's worth giving it a shot. Alright, Ellywick's down. Let's gain some life here. That 1 life, pretty helpful. They have the Necromantia, right? They're Necrotic Fumes, sorry, Necrotic Fumes. And they'll need a creature though to cast it. Oh, okay, they don't even need to do it. They're just gonna go ahead and throw down a creature I haven't seen yet. So basically it says, whenever a creature you control with power equal to its toughness attacks, it gains trample until the end of turn. Okay, so whenever a creature that, you know, is like a 4/4, a 3/3, or 2/2, it gains trample. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe we just, I don't know. I don't think I want to waste the Vanishing Verse on that, because we have things like Lulth we got to worry about, right? That's a good find. That's a good find. Beautifully done, game. Beautifully done. All right, let's see what they do with this, because I don't think they're gonna want to kill that 4/4 to kill my Lolth. I don't think that's gonna be the play for them. You never know, they might though. I just don't think they will. It's just a guess. It's not a bad play if they do. It's just I don't think they will. Nice. They're out of gas, man. They're out of gasoline. No, it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to exile my Lolth here. Fair enough. And I can't Vanishing Verse in response. I wish I could, but the stack abilities are really good. They play around those types of things. All right. I think we just venture here. We're well ahead of our opponent now, so no need to rush anything. No need to get too worried about too much. Let's just casually take it slow. Beat our opponent down here. Hold up mana for the Vanishing Verse. And yeah, I think we take over from here. The Realm Eater, huh? Can't hit that with the Vanishing Verse. Wish I could. But this, on the other hand, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's go. They sacrifice a creature and we'll bring one back. All right, get in there for the 4. Same thing, rinse, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Just like the shampoo bottle say, rinse, repeat. I think we got him. I think we've got him locked out of this game. But then again, they did just drop Realm Eater, which is something I don't have a card to deal with. Oh, a land. Yep, that's going to do it. They got flooded out. GG. Let's go. All right, last game here for the video. Let's make it a good one. I said let's make it a good one. And this is the hand we're dealt. So, rough start. We're banking on the next mulligan here to be fire. Can I like keep... I wish it was like poker where you get to keep this one, and then reshuffle the rest. I would keep this one, and this one. Reshuffle those. That would be pretty sweet, but then every single person would start with like absolute fire hands. Opponent's taking their time here with their mulligan. All right. They kept their 7, huh? All right. Ooh, now that's a good hand. That right there is an absolute fire hand. Pure gasoline. We showed the swamp because we're going to drop the other snarl here and we're going to need to show another swamp, so that's why we showed it instead of the plains, just in case anyone cared. Probably not. All right. Snarl number 2. And we'll hold the Eye Twitch back to block the Cobra if we need to. Doubt that's going to be the case, but you never know. Oh, a hair. About to hit me right in the eye. Oh, the pickaxe, huh? So you're trying to get a lot of landfall here. This gets how much? It gets 2/2 until the end of turn for every time it landfalls. So it gets basically the same sort of effect as a mammoth. Dude, what's up with this hair in my eye? It's just kind of floating around. And a relic robber of all things. Bruh. Bruh. I'm being attacked. I'm being personally attacked right now. Alright. That relic robber is a problem because I don't know what to do about it. It's the best card I got for it, I guess. Oh my lands. Oh my lands. Okay. Well, I mean, creatures are good. They do block these sorts of things. So many lands. Oh my goodness. Well, my opponent got flooded out last game, so I guess it's our turn, right? I guess it's our turn to suffer. Someone's got to suffer when it comes to the shuffler. I guess it's my turn this game. What do they got? They do not want to give up a card here, and I don't blame them. They're down to the last 3 cards. It's probably a very important decision which cards they decide to keep here. Even lands are really good for them. Yeah, even lands are really good for them because they get the you know, the extra juice from the Cobra. I think what I'm gonna end up doing here is I'm actually gonna double block the Relic Robber if they don't have a way to make it bigger. And I'll just take all the damage from the Cobra. Relic Robber is a very good card. It's probably my favorite red card there is, because it does something that's so hard to actually deal with, you know? Okay, search your library for up to 2 basics, huh? Yeah, once the Relic Robber lands a shot on you, you're just a slave to this 1 damage every turn. It's not ideal. They have a 2-mana play too? I hope not. I need to find a Doomscar off the top of my deck. That would be phenomenal. Or a Vanishing Verse, because I have a feeling we're going to get them down to just the Cobra in it this turn. Oh no, do they have a way to fight Blizzard Brawl? I mean, that's good enough. Dang it. Dang it. Alright, 3, 4. We're up to 4 mana here. I may want to consider grabbing things like Mascot. Maybe Doomscar! Right on time. Right on time, my friend. Let's go. Let's freaking go. They're down to, you know, top decking essentially. They got the 1 card in hand we don't know about, and they're top decking. That's it. Fantastic. All right. Fantastic. And we draw Lolth, which is probably one of the better things we could have top decked, because, you know, getting creatures on the field is really what's important here against an aggressive Gruul list that's trying to impose their will with creatures. So that feels pretty good. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 2 turns out from the exhibition because we ate our treasure. I think we got it. I think we got it, man. I don't want to get too excited, but I think we got it. And it was looking really bad for us in the beginning of this game. Climbing our way back to 90 slowly but surely, man. We're gonna get back over that 90 percentile and then start making some smarter decisions. Hopefully push our way through 90s, mid 90s to high 90s. A 5/4 trample god that says whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage. Okay, that's complicated. It's fine though. It's fine because we don't have to worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we get another Snarl.
My hatred lives.
Not the best top deck, but it's okay. It's okay. We got the Mascot and a way to exile whatever they want to play next. Looks like they might have a burn spell of some sort here. They're highlighting the Lolth, maybe a way to deal 1 damage, like a Frostbite or something. Or Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, right. Imagine, gosh, aren't you guys glad we're out of those days? Ooh, the missile. The missile just absolutely destroys us. Okay, Silver Quill Command's kind of cool, but I think we could save this for when we make them sacrifice a creature. Could be very important. And let's make sure we play the right land here so we can get this out. If we would have played the Snarl, we wouldn't have been able to drop that. Let's not forget Silver Quill Command can give 3/3 in flying as well to the end of turn. Nice. They don't attack with the Frog Moth. And we're gonna Silver Quill now. Let's do it. They're gonna sacrifice a creature, and I feel like I need to draw a card though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we wouldn't have lethal. We wouldn't have lethal, so let's just draw a card. It's actually a really good card to draw, because it's essentially 2 more cards. We do know they run things though, like the Frog Moth, which does have haste. I should have maybe considered that and left one of these back. I might end up regretting that. We'll see. Looks like we might be all right though. Or we're not all right. Okay. All right, not the end of the world. If they swing with that, they lose. All right, they lost. I don't know what they were thinking there. Okay. GG. I don't know why they attacked there. That was kind of strange. Whew, but they did have a hasty creature and they made me sweat, that's for sure. Good game. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and sticking around through the end of the video. I really do appreciate it so much. If you've made it this far in the video, before we break it down, I just want to say thank you so much for helping the YouTube algorithm, man. They love when you guys stay this long. They love pushing my videos out to more people when you stay all the way to the end. So thank you so much for being you and being awesome. I really appreciate your support. But let's talk about it, guys. The deck is phenomenal. I love it. I feel like this deck is really well tuned, and I feel like it's really well all together, like well rounded, right? It's got answers to almost everything. You know, if we run into a deck that runs a ton of planeswalkers, we might be in a lot of trouble. We do have ways to get rid of them, but 3 vanishing versus, you're typically only going to draw 1 or 2 of these. So if you run into a list that's running a bunch of Lulths paired with the Kayas, I feel like we could get outvalued there. We do have bindings, but they can bring back their stuff with Blood in the Snow. So there are packages that I think can outgrind us. But as far as like the broad variety of decks that we see, I think this handles its own in a lot of ways against a lot of different matchups. And the value is just there, being able to go to the, you know, the dungeon over and over to gain value, being able to make things not, you know, be able to attack, you know, creating treasures, and then finally getting 3 cards and playing 1 for free. It's just, that's a whole lot of value you can't beat in other places, you know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed the list. I'm not touching this thing. I think I've got this thing dialed in. I think it's got, you know, it's about as good as it can get. Maybe adding 1 more Ellywick, obviously, but you can see we're at a mythic wild card. So what we had to make do with 3, maybe dropping the maps and just going with the full package of Ellywicks could be pretty cool. But I kind of like the dungeon map. It helps us a lot with ramping into our mana, and you know, when we're stalled out, an artifact is typically a little harder to deal with than a planeswalker. So sometimes the map is good to have as backup. But guys, I really enjoyed the list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have some ideas on how to make this better. I'm always up for you know, different ideas. If you want to let me know in the comments below, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on the deck and what you think of it, and maybe some ideas that you have to make it better, as always. So thank you so much. And before we get out of here and call it a day, I want to say thank you especially to my Mardu mob, guys. You guys are absolutely, you know, the best of the best, and I cannot thank you so enough for being part of the membership and part of the community the way you are, and supporting the channel financially. You guys get me through my day to day, honestly, and doing this and giving me, you know, more than enough reason to keep pushing this stuff out for you guys. So thank you so much for your support and love. I really appreciate you guys. And if you guys want to learn more about the Mardu mob and how to become a member, hit that little join button down below or the link in the description, and it will tell you all about it. And you can decide from there if you want to join and become part of the crew. But that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next video on Wednesday, and we'll see you for the live stream as well. Peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah, it's